Ocean iron fertilization, or OIF, is a geoengineering method that involves adding iron, a micronutrient, into parts of the ocean to stimulate phytoplankton growth. These tiny plants absorb carbon dioxide through photosynthesis. When they die, some sink to the ocean floor, taking carbon with them. The idea is to boost a natural process to remove CO2 from the atmosphere on a large scale. In 2009, India and Germany collaborated on a real-world experiment called LOHAFEX. A research ship released about 6 tons of iron sulfate into the South Atlantic Ocean. This triggered a phytoplankton bloom over 300 square kilometers. The scientists wanted to see if more plankton meant more carbon trapped at the ocean floor. However, results were mixed. The bloom attracted small zooplankton that ate the phytoplankton, and not much carbon actually sank. It showed how unpredictable these outcomes can be. Ocean iron fertilization can help absorb carbon by triggering phytoplankton blooms. These blooms pull CO2 from the atmosphere, but they also carry risks. In some cases, they've led to harmful algal blooms that damage marine ecosystems and produce toxins. When large amounts of plankton die and sink, they can use up oxygen at deeper levels, creating quote-unquote dead zones, where other life can't survive. So while the carbon benefit is real, the side effects can be serious. Ocean iron fertilization is technically simple. It involves dispersing iron sulfate from a ship to stimulate phytoplankton blooms, but the challenge is in controlling the outcome. Results can vary based on ocean conditions, and measuring whether carbon actually sinks and stays buried is difficult. Monitoring systems like CTD samplers help, but deep-sea tracking is expensive and limited. So while it's low-tech in concept, scaling and verifying it is complex. One of the biggest appeals of ocean iron fertilization is its low cost. Estimates range from $10 to $200 per ton of carbon removed. That's cheaper than many other climate technologies. But when you add in the cost of monitoring and verifying how much carbon is actually stored, the total goes up significantly. Right now, there's little financial return, but some researchers believe that OIF could play a role in future carbon credit markets if it can be proven safe and effective. Ocean iron fertilization doesn't just raise scientific questions, it raises political and ethical ones too. The ocean is a shared global resource, and many international organizations like the United Nations and the London Convention have pushed back against large-scale experiments. Public perception is also a challenge. Many people are wary of geoengineering and uncomfortable with tampering with complex natural systems, especially when the risks aren't fully known. One of the biggest challenges of OIF is uncertainty. The same method might work in one region and fail, or even cause harm in another. Ocean conditions, biology, and food chains all interact in complex ways. That's why it's important to have long-term monitoring in place and flexible plans to halt or adapt the project if needed. But monitoring the deep ocean is difficult, and once the iron is released, it can't be taken back. That makes managing risk very complicated. Ocean iron fertilization offers a tempting shortcut for carbon removal. It's relatively low cost and mimics a natural process. But the risks, uncertainties, and global governance issues make it a dangerous gamble. Based on current research, it's not ready for large-scale use. With stronger regulations and better monitoring tools, it might have a role in climate mitigation. But for now, it's more of a cautionary example than a clear solution. Thank you.